I've always liked horses from a very young age. My mother had a big influence on us. We lived in the country growing up, and we did a lot of hunting, fox hunting, and event riding, and it just progressed from there. Um, but that early interest, we started riding at 8 years old, and me and my brothers. So it's a lifelong interest, and as that progressed and I got into my teenage years, um, I always loved racing. Obviously, when we started with horses, we always followed the racing, and Vincent O'Brien, Jim Bulger, Dermot Weld, they were always doing very well, and yeah, it was always a big interest of mine, and I've always wanted to be a trainer. Um, I think routine is the most important for horses. Um, if you're if you're coaching or training a human football team or a soccer team, I think the little knowledge I have, I think you have to variety is the key. You know, you have to keep them motivated and keep changing your training schedules and keep people interested and bring them with you. But with horses, they're a little bit easier in one sense. I find that they like routine. They like doing the same thing at the same time every day. So we try to create an environment that's conducive for a horse to be relaxed, because that's a key point. If they're relaxed, they eat better and train better, and you can prolong their season. They can go from race to race. I always like a horse that can keep improving through the season and hold their form. And I always think that's a good sign of a system if a horse can run well in April and still hold his form right through to the end. Obviously, you need the horse to come with you, but a lot of it is I suppose, the system they're in and the environment they're in. So my most memorable win was, most important win was the Irish 2000 Guineas of 2018. It's the only classic we've won so far. The ambition is to win further classics. But the classic races they define the breed, and I'm happy to say that particular horse, Romanised, who's the best horse I've had thus far, he's now a stallion with his first copper foals, and we look forward to training them in the future. So it's the Guineas is always a career-defining and a stallion-making race. So he was a particularly good-looking horse with a nice pedigree, and we're very hopeful for his future, and look forward to training his offspring in the years ahead. His owner has supported him at stud, Mr. Rung, and he's had two very good books of mares. He's covered 142 mares this year, so I think he'll have enough soldiers on the ground and hopefully makes an impact. But certainly, yes, that first classic, it was a wonderful feeling. At the race course where we train is just 1 mile away, 2 kilometres, and it's hugely satisfying for me and my wife and family, and just hugely important. And to do so on your own doorstep was very special. Future goals are to keep improving facilities. So we have to run a business as well, and so when you run a business, you have obligations to staff and suppliers and everybody, but we like that the business is doing well. We can improve our facilities. So every year whether it's the addition of a new horse walker, or improving the all-weather warm-up rings we have, or the indoor, we're looking to improve our facilities. And I think when you have those good facilities, when a good horse comes along, he has the capability to match the best in the world. If he's good enough, the facilities are good enough. The Curragh training grounds are some of the best training grounds in the world. So obviously, being a Curragh trainer, we have access to those facilities, and Yeah, so where he lives, the hotel, if you like, we're very conscious of having those to a very high standard. And from that, the real ambition would be to win more classic races, more Group 1s. We've been lucky the last few years to win several Group 1s and come close on a few other occasions. But yeah, you get a taste of it. You want those good horses to keep coming, but they are difficult to find. But certainly to win more Group 1s and classics ultimately would be the main aim. Next year, I think one that springs to mind would be, I think, as a horse to look forward to is Moss Tucker. He ran on Sunday in the Prix de l'Abbé, and he ran a really, really good race because his first time in group company, or Group 1 company, not a mine group company. He'd run in a listed race and been very close. But I like him because he's very progressive, he's very honest, he tries very hard, and in man or beast, that's a wonderful attribute to have. And he's very reliable. He turns up on any ground, and I think he's still improving. But he was fifth in the Abbey. He missed the start a little bit. He just missed it, and that was obviously in a sprint race of that standard. It's crucial to get away on terms. So to overcome that, he's run very well. So I think he's a horse that maybe could run in Dubai in March, and we could look forward to a nice productive season. I think sprinters can get better with practice, and I think there's further improvement with him. We have a 2-year-old filly called Talara that was fourth at the Curragh in her only start about maybe 10 days ago, and I think she was working nicely, and she may not run again this season, but she's a filly for the future, we would hope. She has a Guineas entry, and we have a new bay filly called Grey Beautiful that we quite like. She's unraced, and there are several others unraced that we're needing more time. So yeah, we'll be optimistic that we have some nice horses to look forward to.